For the first time in a long time, the Cleveland Browns actually look like they are a well-coached team, and I believe they're finally going to get to the playoffs. They're currently 8-3, and the team just looks so much different from years past. After the Freddie Kitchens disaster last year, Kevin Stefanski has come in, changed the culture, and made the Browns a pretty good football team. So who is Kevin Stefanski? What has he done differently so far this year, and could he be the next great coach in football? We will talk about all that and more, but first, if you're a fan of the NFL, or just football in general, be sure to subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, share this video with your friends, comment your thoughts, suggest a future video NFL topic, and stay until the end. Now let's get started, and let's talk about Kevin Stefanski and the Cleveland Browns. Going way back, Kevin was born in Philadelphia, and he took his football talents to Penn. He was the Penn Freshman of the Year and was obviously a good football player and a very smart dude. He was a two-time Ivy League All-Selection and helped them go to an undefeated season. Instead of jumping around the college game, he went straight into the NFL and saw pretty quick success. Stefanski joined the Minnesota Vikings in 2006, and he was an assistant coach to former head coach Brad Childress. After climbing his way up the ladder, Scott Turner got fired as the quarterbacks coach, and he was promoted to that position, where he helped transform the Vikings offense. He also helped develop Case Keenum have his best season, and he threw 22 touchdowns and only 7 picks that year. After the 2017 season, the New York Giants requested to interview him as the offensive coordinator, but the Vikings would deny that request, and that was a smart move on their end. After their offensive coordinator was fired, he was named the interim offensive coordinator, and in 2019 he was promoted to the full-time offensive coordinator. After a spectacular 2019 season working with Kirk Cousins, he was interviewed and hired by the Cleveland Browns to be their next head coach, which he happily accepted. I personally liked the hire at the time, and many were optimistic, but I mean, it was the Cleveland Browns, so how much optimism could you possibly have? On September 13th, 2020, he lost his first game to the Baltimore Ravens by a score of 38-6, and some people thought it was going to be a long road ahead of him. This was the 16th consecutive Week 1 loss for the Browns, but he would win his first game against the Cincinnati Bengals by a score of 35-30. The Browns were 4-1 through their first 5 weeks and got a huge win over the Indianapolis Colts, and some of his decision making is what made them win that game. So how exactly has Stefanski changed things so far? Well, penalties are way down, and Baker Mayfield is a lot more organized. They have very talented running backs in Kareem Hunt, Nick Chubb, and Dearness Johnson, and Stefanski uses a ton of motion, which makes the team a lot more fun to watch, a lot more dynamic, and tougher to defend. They don't waste timeouts, and they've done a great job when it comes to managing the clock at the end of halves, and they've produced a lot of points while their opponents can't do anything when they go into the locker room. The offense will flow a lot more naturally now, and they make adjustments in real time. Rather than worrying about it at halftime or at the end of the quarters, the Browns are always evolving on the field, and they're finding opportunities to exploit the defense. Players are being utilized to their strengths for once, and they are consistently put in a position to succeed. Stefanski's also making all the play calling on his own, but his coordinators are a huge part of their success. One of them provides data and finds information on the fly, and the other guy is planning game plans for the next few quarters and incorporating input from the other assistants on the team. He's been much more aggressive on 4th down, and he has used advanced stats to help him come up with those decisions and when he should. The Browns have created an environment that actually encourages talking within the team, and it's no longer a toxic place. Overall, the Browns just look a lot better. Take a look at how the Vikings have fallen off too. Yes, Stephon Diggs has a major effect on that, but Stefanski was great there, and currently they're not doing as well without him. The Browns are currently 8-3, and they're stuck in a crowded AFC playoff picture, but I am confident that they will get there. It's too early to say whether Stefanski is the next great coach, but the Browns are the league's most dysfunctional franchise, and he has them on the path to the playoffs in his first year. And I mean, that has to mean something, and we'll definitely talk about this more after the season and in the future if he continues to do well. But what do you think? If you're a Cleveland Browns fan, I know it's hard, but are you optimistic for this upcoming playoffs? What do you think of Stefanski? And what coach or NFL topic should I do next? Before you go, be sure to give the video a like if you want to help my channel do better, and check out my other videos, including the downfall of Matt Patricia. I hope to see you guys again soon, but until next time, peace.